Okay, so what do we do if we have gigantic numbers in our index of summation? So like, for example, this problem goes all the way up to 25. I don't want to have to do this 25 different times. So we have these formulas that somebody a long time ago figured out the pattern to. So if you have k to the first power, if you wanted to do, from 1 to 25, you'd have to add up 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5, all the way up to 25. That can get tedious, especially if you have 100 or 1,000 or 1,000,000. But they noticed that this formula holds true. So for example, if I was summing from 1 to 25, I would do 25 times 25 plus 1, which is 26, divided by 2. And you would get what your sum is. We have one for k squared, and we have one for k cubed. So we're going to use those formulas moving forward to do more difficult summation problems. So for example, in number 9, again, we're going from 1 to 25. This time, I have 2 times k. Well, if you remember, you're allowed to pull multipliers out in front. So I get the summation from k equals 1 to 25 of k, and then I'm going to multiply by that 2 out in front. Excuse me. So I'm going to have my 2 as my multiplier, and now I'm going to use my formula. N times n plus 1 divided by 2, where n is 25. So 25 plus 1 is 26 divided by 2. And then you can go right to your calculator and find out that that sum is equal to 650. Let's try this next one. I have 2 separate entities here, so I'm going to do 2 separate summations. I'm going to pull the 4 out in front. I'm going to sum from k equals 1 to 12 of k squared plus the sum from k equals 1 to 12 of 3. So there's that constant. I could pull the 3 out in front, but then I would have to have something here in this place, and I would have to put a 1. But we learned how to deal with this in our last video. Whoops, I just made that really ugly. So let's use our formula here. I'm going to have 4 times whatever the summation formula is for k squared. And as a reminder, that's this long one up here. N times n plus 1 times 2n plus 1 over 6. Now in this case, n is 12. So that's going to be 12 times 13. 2 times 12 is 24 plus 1 is 25 over 6. So that's what I'm going to put down here. 12 times 13 times 25 over 6. Don't forget we're going to multiply it by 4. Plus, now we have no k in this. So remember, that's going to be 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 all the way up for 12 times. So we can just do 3 times 12. And then again, putting that into your calculator, you can figure out that we get 2,636. Moving on to our next problem. Again, we have 2 separate entities here. I'm going to pull the negative 3 out in front of the first summation. I'm going to pull the negative 2 out in front of the second summation. So I get something that looks like this. We're going from k equals 1 to 10, k cubed, pull the minus 2 out, sum from k equals 1 to 10 of k. So this is the first time we're encountering the k cubed. So let me bring my negative 3 down. I'll scroll back up so we can see the k cubed formula. It's exactly the same as the k formula, except this one is going to be squared. So my n in this problem is 10. So we're going to do 10 times 10 plus 1, which is 11, divided by 2, squared, times the negative 3. Then I have my minus 2 from the next summation. This is a k, so that's 10 times n plus 1, which is 11, divided by 2. This one is not squared because it's k, not k cubed. And if you enter all of that arithmetic into your calculator, you will get negative 9,185. So our last problem, I challenge you to pause the video and try to do this problem. We have 4 separate entities, so we're going to have 4 different summations. Pause the video, and then you can come back and you can check your answer. So I'm going to pause in 3, 2, 1. All right, we're back. You should have gotten an answer of 101,330 if you did this correctly. So it looks like this. K equals 1 to 20 of k cubed. 5k equals 1 to 20 of k squared minus 6. K equals 1 to 20 of k plus sum k equals 1 to 20 of 2. And then since our n is 20, we're going to get 2 times 20 plus 21 divided by 2 squared plus 5. This is the long one. 20 times 21. 2 times 20 is 40 plus 1 is 41 over 6 minus 6 times 20 times 21 over 2 plus 2 20 times. So 2 times 20. And that is how I arrived at my answer